What is going on, YouTube? Is Little Psycho. I am back with another video. I'm going to talk about Solo Leveling. I finally finished it. I'm very late to this, but I still want to talk about this. You know, a big part of my fan base is my friends, and they've been kind of anticipating me to make a video talking about Solo Leveling and giving my thoughts on it. And it's pretty cool, guys. I have some really good friends. They actually fucking watch my videos. But yeah, so I got done watching season 1 of Solo Leveling. I think season 2 is coming out like pretty soon, and I didn't really like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I didn't hate it. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not mediocre. It's pretty good. But there's certain things about the story that I just don't like. And it's mainly because it has such a strong start. Like, the premise of Solo Leveling is really fucking cool. The idea of a world where gates connect to dungeons filled with monsters is so good. It's like a reverse isekai. I made a couple of videos about this. One where I'm actually like kind of rage baiting the fan base. That one was kind of funny. But yeah, it was almost like the monsters being isekai'd into our world, and like the humanity has to kind of adapt to the world changing and the fact that we have to fight out these monsters, and the economy changed with it. Now we have these organizations that are making up these guilds filled with superpowered individuals to tackle on these dungeons. So it becomes like a huge career path for people to take, and I think that's a very believable way to tackle it. And so kudos to the author for that. Yeah, and the fact that hunters being ranked and humanity relying on these individuals, it adds a bit of tension and stakes, right? So it starts off with Sung Jin-Woo being an E rank, who suddenly they get access to a mysterious leveling system, and I think they do a good job kind of setting up this character, kind of detailing how his life is like before the drastic change, before he gets like this new power when it comes to like just leveling himself up. Basically like a video game. He pretty much becomes like a main character in a video game where he gets like a skill tree. He can work out to level up, get new abilities and shit like that. It really hooked me in to like root for the character, you know what I'm saying? And the RPG inspired mechanics of Solo Leveling, like they're just fantastic. Like, as someone who's a big fan of Japanese RPGs like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Elden Ring, the leveling system, inventory, and skill trees, they feel very familiar, and it's giving like a fresh take on it by pretty much putting it in this medium, by having us pretty much watch Jin-Woo grow in strength. Now, I like how his progress is tied to grinding and challenges and stuff like that. The thing is, like, he starts strong as an underdog, right? But I'm just break it down. So it gets to this episode where he gets to this really crazy dungeon, and there's like a mysterious aura to this episode, because we're like, why this dungeon isn't ranked properly, where it's a bunch of people like from this guild. They are not suited for this dungeon. It's like a S class, probably like beyond S class when it comes to the power level of this dungeon, and it's horrifying watching this whole party get massacred by these fucking statues. It was scary. It was crazy. And then we see Sung Jin-Woo. He is showing like the heroic side to his personality as he steps up to pretty much defend himself and defend the people around him. You know, fast forward, you know, he gets fucked up, he gets these abilities, and I feel like throughout the season, after he gains this power, yeah, he becomes very detached. You know, he's just kind of going through the motions and stuff like that. He becomes cool. He's like a completely different character. My problem is, you know, I don't need him to be a bitch the entire time. I don't want him to be a bitch at all. The fact that he has like no personality after he gets stronger is kind of, it makes the whole story just uninteresting to me, and it became like very hard for me to follow. So I'm not really, my issue isn't that he's overpowered. I don't really care that he's like an overpowered character. You can have an overpowered character and pretty much have the story be interesting. Like a good example would be Spider-Man. He's not like overpowered on the large scale of things when it comes to Marvel Comics. You know, when compared to people like Thor, people like what's a really powerful character? Fucking a majority of the X-Men like Storm, Jean Grey, Professor X. He's not very powerful compared to those people, but put him in the context of most of his stories where he's pretty much fighting street level thugs, or even just his own villains, with the exception of Venom, Carnage, like the symbiotes and some of his clones. He is incredibly overpowered. He has genius level intellect on the level of Tony Stark, if not even beyond that. His spider senses pretty much make him impossible. It's impossible to sneak up on him. He has incredible strength, like insane levels of strength, to where he can pretty much overpower like super soldiers, like easily. he can dodge any attack from the Hulk. Like the Hulk just cannot hit him. And he can pretty much go toe to toe with Wolverine. You know, he's an insanely powerful character, but what makes Spider-Man interesting isn't really his power level. It's seeing how he balances being Spider-Man along with beating Peter Parker. He has multiple obstacles he has to overcome, aside from just, hey, let's just beat this guy. Let's just get stronger. Let's just get better with, you know, using his like spider abilities and stuff like that. There's a lot of character growth that he has to go through when it comes to his relationships with his family, with his relationships with Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, his best friend Harry, you know, the people he looks up to, his fucking mentors, like Dr. Octavius, Dr. Connors, Norman Osborn. Those relationships and those troubles that he has to go through outside of fighting makes his character interesting. Another example would be Superman. Superman isn't about how strong he is, how overpowered he is, and what villain that he beats. It's about pretty much inspiring hope, you know, inspiring hope through the people around him, and kind of like Peter Parker balancing his life between being Superman and being Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes these characters interesting. And I don't really see that with Sung Jin-Woo. I'm not asking for him to be a Marvel superhero. I'm not asking him to be a DC superhero. I just kind of want to see more of his character. I want to see some personal emotional stakes, because at the moment they feel kind of underwhelming. It's just like, let's just see how strong we can get. And outside his relationship with his family, like his the thing that drives him to even take on missions like these in the first place, you know, outside of that, there's not much driving him emotionally. It'll be cool to see him hang out with his sister more. It'll be cool to see him have flashbacks with him and his family members, to really build up that relationship, to really show us why he cares so much for his family, aside from them being his family, aside from it being just an obligation. You know what I'm saying? And his interactions with other characters, they just feel very shallow. He's either admired or he's feared, you know what I'm saying? And we don't really see such vulnerability or a connection when it comes to Sung Jin-Woo. Like, all these issues that I have with the story, they're really just nitpicks. Like, they're not like super huge issues. If anything, it really goes to show that I am interested in this story, and I want to see more from the story. They got my attention. I just want to see a little bit more. If it was any other anime, I would have dropped this shit by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, after like episode 3 or 4, I would just stop watching. And I kind of did, but the thing is, I just have this habit of just watching something and then kind of dropping it like midway through, because I don't know why I'm like that. I just kind of watch something, drop it, watch something else, drop that, and then the cycle fucking repeats itself. So yeah, hopefully Sung Jin-Woo is expanded on as a character further on in the future. If he's not, that would be very disappointing. You guys can let me know in the comment section below without spoilers, please. Without spoilers. But yeah, that's just like my main critique of Solo Leveling. It does a lot right. The premise and the power system are top tier, and the art and the animation is incredible. I really love it. It's a fun power fantasy. I don't gotta think as much while watching it. I've said this before in a previous video. When I watch anime, you know, it's cool to have a couple anime like Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, where, you know, I kind of put on my fucking detective glasses while watching it. You know, I feel smart. I feel like I have like 500 IQ while watching these fucking anime. But the thing is, there's sometimes I just want to sit back and chill, and Solo Leveling is one of those anime where I could just sit back and chill. I'm not going fully brain dead. That's not like a knock on the show, but it makes it like, it's one of those anime. It's really just fun to watch, where, you know, it's just like a Friday night, crack open a soda, sit back on your couch, and turn that shit on and have a good time. I think it's a great show. So I would say check out Solo Leveling if you're into stuff like that. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below how you feel about Son Jin-Woo. Do you agree that he's missing something, or if he's not missing anything at all, maybe I'm just fucking complaining about nothing? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for some more takes like these. And I'll be back in the future, probably not until the new year. So if I'm not back by then, yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy fucking New Year. I will see you guys later. Peace.